If you've been wondering why everything suddenly went quiet, why the messages stopped, and the energy between you feels distant, this message is for you. The final test before union silence means transformation. What feels like silence is not abandonment, it's divine realignment. The universe has paused the noise so that you can finally hear what your soul is trying to say. By the end of this message, you'll understand why this silence is the doorway to reunion. Before we go deeper, take a moment to breathe and open your heart. These words didn't find you by accident, they were guided to you. And if your soul recognizes the vibration of truth in them, make sure you're part of this space of light. Subscribe and activate the notifications, because each message here is designed to help you navigate your twin flame journey with faith, clarity, and peace. This is not the end. It's the final test before union. Silence is the universe's way of transforming both souls into alignment. It's where the lessons learned through chaos begin to crystallize into wisdom. You're not being ignored, you're being refined. He's not gone, he's growing. He feels it too, even if he doesn't show it. This silence is forcing him to face everything he's been running from: the fear of vulnerability, the wounds of the past, the weight of emotions he can no longer suppress. He's being pushed inward so he can rise higher. And you, divine feminine, are being asked to trust the process. You've already done so much healing, but this phase is about faith beyond sight. The silence is the space between the old cycle and the new beginning. It's not rejection, it's preparation. When the universe goes quiet, it's never without purpose. You're being taught to listen differently, not to words, but to energy. To feel instead of chase. To trust instead of question. This is how transformation happens, not through noise, but through stillness. He can sense your energy even now. Every time you think of him with peace instead of pain, he feels it. Every time you release control, you pull him closer. You're teaching him how to love by embodying love itself. The silence feels heavy because it mirrors everything that's unhealed within both of you. The loneliness, the doubt, the need for reassurance, they're not punishments. They're invitations to surrender. The universe is asking you to turn inward and remember who you are without fear. He's doing the same in his own way. This transformation isn't easy for him either. His silence doesn't mean he's forgotten you. It means he's fighting a battle between ego and soul, between what's comfortable and what's divine. The final test before union requires solitude. Without silence, the soul can't speak clearly. This phase strips away illusion so that only truth remains. What's real survives distance. What's divine survives silence. You might wake up at night feeling his energy, the sudden warmth in your chest, the tears that fall without reason. That's the energy bond still alive between you. The universe doesn't disconnect what was written in its design. It only adjusts the timing. Every moment of stillness is sacred. It's recalibration, the shifting of timelines, the dissolving of fear, the creation of balance. The silence is not emptiness. It's construction happening behind the veil. He's being guided by signs even now. The same way you're seeing repeating numbers, hearing familiar songs, or feeling his presence, he is too. The universe is whispering to both of you. Prepare. Transformation is underway. This silence is his awakening in motion. He's starting to realize that running doesn't erase connection, it magnifies it. He's discovering that the love he tried to suppress is the very thing leading him back to truth. You might feel like nothing is happening, but energy doesn't need to be seen to be real. The transformation occurring in this silence is deeper than words could ever describe. The universe is rewriting both of your frequencies to match the vibration of union. He's learning to trust his intuition again, to follow the pull that's been calling him back to you. For so long he tried to drown it out with logic, distraction, or pride. But silence makes it impossible to escape what the heart already knows. And you, beloved soul, are learning that love doesn't need to prove itself. Simply is. You've reached a level of awareness where peace speaks louder than fear. That's the real transformation, learning to stay still while everything realigns. The final test before union is always about faith. Faith when nothing makes sense. Faith when communication fades. Faith when the heart aches. This is how the universe measures your readiness, not by action, but by vibration. You're being shaped into the highest version of yourself. The silence is your cocoon, and soon you'll see why it had to be this way. The old patterns couldn't survive where you're going. The silence burned away everything that wasn't love. He's awakening to this too. Slowly. His resistance is turning into reflection. His confusion is turning into clarity. What once felt like loss will soon reveal itself as redirection. The universe is guiding him to mirror your growth. Even though he hasn't said it, he feels the shift. The pull toward you is stronger now, because it's not rooted in desire, it's rooted in destiny. The silence has made him realize that this connection is not ordinary. Soul deep. And yes, the universe is testing your patience. But what's meant for you can never miss you. Silence isn't distance. It's divine synchronization. When the timing clicks, the reunion will flow naturally, not forced, not fragile, but free. Every time you choose peace, you pass a test. Every time you stop doubting, you move closer to alignment. The universe rewards surrender, not struggle. And this silence is proof that something powerful is coming. He's learning through absence what your presence truly means. It's in the silence that he hears your voice in his mind, feels your energy in his dreams, and realizes that he was never separate from you, just unaware. The universe knows what it's doing. It placed you in silence not to punish you, but to prepare you. The love that's coming after this phase won't look like the old story, it will be reborn from the lessons you've mastered here. When communication returns, it won't be about the past, it will be about purpose. Because the final test before union is never about getting someone back. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. And when both souls have transformed, silence will no longer be painful, it will be peaceful. That's how you'll know. The transformation is complete, and the universe is ready to bring everything full circle. He's closer than you think, and this silence, though heavy, is the proof that the universe is still working in your favor. Transformation is already happening. The silence isn't the end. It's the sound of love being reborn. If you are still listening, it's because your soul needed this reminder, and that's divine reciprocity in motion. What you give your heart to now returns as understanding, as light, as confirmation. The silence you're living through isn't punishment. It's preparation. The final test before union was never meant to break you. It was meant to shape you into the version of yourself who can hold divine love without fear. You've been wondering why he disappeared when everything seemed to align. That's the universe stepping in. Not to separate, but to recalibrate. The distance is sacred. It's the soul's way of making sure that when you come back together, it's no longer out of need, but out of wholeness. This silence is not a void. It's the sound of transformation. He feels it too, though he may not admit it. Silence doesn't mean absence. It means reflection. The universe is showing him everything he avoided when you were near, the emotions, the wounds, the truth of the connection. The quiet is his classroom, and you are the lesson. You might sense him more than ever during this silence. A thought that flashes out of nowhere, a warmth in your chest, or tears without reason. That's not longing. That's energetic conversation. Even without words, you're communicating on a frequency higher than sound. This is the paradox of twin flames: the deeper the silence, the louder the connection. It's as if the universe mutes everything else so that both of you can finally hear what the soul has been whispering all along. Silence isn't emptiness. It's divine dialogue. He's being pulled into his own awakening. The same energy that once connected you is now illuminating every shadow he's avoided. He's realizing that healing isn't found in running. It's found in stillness. And that stillness is exactly where the universe has placed him. You might notice changes in your own energy too. Old fears resurface, memories replay, emotions rise unexpectedly. Don't resist them, they're surfacing to be released. The universe is cleansing you from anything that would block reunion. The final test before union asks one thing of you. Trust. Trust that the silence is not rejection. Trust that the distance is divine design. Trust that everything meant for you is making its way back in a form far more aligned than before. He's beginning to understand what silence really is, not avoidance, but surrender. The universe is teaching him to sit with discomfort instead of escaping it. That's how transformation works. It happens when the running finally stops. You may feel like you've lost control. That's because you were never meant to control divine timing. What's unfolding now is too sacred to be rushed. Every delay is alignment. Every pause is a protection. He's learning those same lessons in his own way. The silence is forcing him to listen, not to the noise around him, but to the truth within him. Every day he resists, the universe sends another sign, another mirror, another reminder. It's time to face what's real. And what's real is this transformation cannot happen in chaos. The soul needs quiet to rebuild. This silence is your cocoon, and though it feels dark, the wings are forming. When the universe calls you both forward again, you'll emerge completely changed. He might not know it yet, but he's already being transformed by your energy. The strength you've cultivated, the calm you've chosen, these are frequencies he feels deeply. You are teaching him how love can exist in peace, not pain. Sometimes silence feels like loss because your ego craves proof. But the soul knows better. The soul recognizes silence as sacred space, the womb of creation, where everything new is born. You're not losing him. You're both being reborn. He's seeing reflections of you everywhere, in words, songs, faces, even in his dreams. The universe uses these moments to remind him of what cannot be forgotten. Every sign he receives is another step toward awakening. This is how the universe orchestrates transformation, through reminders disguised as coincidences. Through absence that deepens awareness. Through silence that amplifies truth. He may think he's detached, but his soul is already calling him back. You can feel that call too, can't you? It's the flutter in your heart, the knowing in your bones that something bigger is happening. The stillness you're in right now is the space where destiny is gathering strength. He's on that same path of surrender, learning that the heart doesn't forget what the mind tries to silence. The universe is leading him back through the one route he never expected, the inner one. That's where transformation begins. Your patience in this process is creating miracles. Every time you choose understanding instead of anger, the vibration between you rises. The universe takes that energy and turns it into alignment. Your peace is your power. He's beginning to crave that peace too. After chaos, after confusion, peace becomes magnetic. And when he finally finds it, he'll recognize that the vibration of peace feels like you. Silence is not distance. It's design. It's the divine blueprint for the new chapter unfolding between you. It's the universe making sure both souls are strong enough to hold love without losing themselves. He's learning through stillness what you already learned through pain, that love isn't about possession. It's about presence. And even in silence, your presence never left him. The universe is perfect in its timing. What's happening now couldn't have happened any earlier. You needed to become this version of yourself, grounded, luminous, patient. He's being shaped into the one who can finally meet you there. This is the final test before union. It's not a test of communication. It's a test of trust. Can you still believe in what you can't see? Can you hold faith when everything feels quiet? That's the vibration of mastery, and you're already in it. He's being guided closer each day. You may not see the movement, but the energy doesn't lie. Every surrender you make becomes a signal to the universe. I'm ready. And the universe listens. When the silence feels unbearable, remember it's only the echo before the answer. What you think is stillness is actually acceleration. Energy is moving faster than you can perceive. He feels it too, a stirring, a pull, a warmth that finds him in moments of stillness. It's not coincidence. It's your energy reaching him. You're not waiting. You're transmitting light, and he's receiving it. The transformation isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. You are the vessel through which divine love anchors into this world. That's why this silence feels sacred, because it is. And soon, when the silence breaks, it won't return to what it was. It will return transformed, purified by patience, aligned by faith, and powered by the love that never stopped growing, even when words disappeared. Because this is not the ending. This is the becoming, the sacred pause before reunion, the quiet before the song, the test before the miracle. The final test before union isn't silence. It's the transformation that silence creates. If these words are reaching you now, it's because your soul called for them. That's how divine reciprocity works. When you give your faith to the universe responds through messages like this one. Nothing here is coincidence. The silence you've been feeling has meaning. It's not the absence of love. It's the echo of divine transformation. This silence is doing something powerful beneath the surface. It's stripping away illusions, the old fears, the doubts, the need to control. It's creating space for truth to rise. Every tear you've cried during this phase is watering the garden of your awakening. The universe doesn't waste emotion. It transforms it into wisdom. He's in his own silence too, though you may not see it. His world feels quieter, heavier. The distractions don't work anymore. He senses your energy in moments he can't explain. And slowly, he's beginning to realize that this connection doesn't fade with distance, it deepens. The final test before union is not about endurance. It's about surrender. The more you let go, the closer you align with divine order. This silence is your initiation. The universe is asking, can you love without attachment? Can you trust without proof? You may notice that every time you surrender, signs appear, repeating numbers, dreams of him, songs that carry hidden messages. These are confirmations, gentle nods from the universe saying, you're on the right path. He's feeling those signs too. They appear in his dreams, in conversations that remind him of you, in sudden waves of nostalgia. He doesn't always understand what's happening, but his soul does. The silence is cracking open his resistance. During this phase, the universe becomes your translator. Energy replaces words. Intuition replaces logic. You're learning to communicate in ways beyond the physical. This is the sacred language of twin flames, connection without contact, presence without proximity. You might wonder why the universe allows pain before peace. It's because transformation is born in pressure. The silence isn't here to break you. It's here to purify you, to turn longing into light, fear into faith, and separation into sacred union. He's being guided through his own awakening. The old patterns running, avoiding, pretending no longer fit. The silence is forcing him to confront what he's always feared, that this bond is eternal. And once he accepts that truth, everything will change. This phase might make you question everything. You may feel forgotten, unseen, abandoned. But in truth, you're being remembered by the divine in the most profound way. The universe is protecting this connection by healing it. He's not gone. He's simply in transition between who he was and who he's becoming. The universe is recalibrating his energy, preparing him for the frequency of union. This silence is his cocoon, just as yours was before. You've been sensing shifts in your body, waves of heat, heart flutters, a sudden calm in moments that used to bring tears. That's how you know transformation is happening. The silence is rewiring your energy to hold higher love. Sometimes silence is the universe's way of proving your strength. You've already survived storms that should have broken you. This quiet is not punishment. It's promotion. The universe trusts you with stillness because it knows you can handle it. He's learning to listen too. For the first time, he's hearing his soul louder than the world around him. The noise of the past is fading. The universe is teaching him what you already learned: love is not found in chasing, but in becoming. The silence between you is alive. It carries codes of remembrance, energy of union, vibrations of destiny. Even when you can't feel it, it's working. The universe never stops moving energy toward alignment. You are being sculpted by the divine hand of timing. Every delay has purpose. Every unanswered question is a doorway to deeper faith. You don't need to know when or how, only that it will happen when both souls are ready. He's dreaming of you more often now. Sometimes he wakes with tears, not knowing why. That's the soul remembering what the mind tried to forget. The universe speaks through emotion before it speaks through events. This final test before union is where divine love matures. It's where desire transforms into devotion. It's where the longing for reunion becomes the knowing that it's already written. The silence is rewriting your story from separation to completion. He's not as disconnected as he seems. His higher self is already reaching for you, guiding him toward the lessons he must face. You're teaching him through energy, and he's learning through silence. There will be days when you feel peace for no reason. That's not coincidence, that's resonance. Your frequency is matching the vibration of union. The universe is showing you what it feels like before it arrives physically. He's starting to understand that running brought him nowhere but back to himself. And in finding himself, he's finding you again. Because twin flames don't lose each other. They find themselves through each other. You're entering a stage where silence becomes your teacher. It's no longer heavy. It becomes holy. You'll look back on this phase and realize it was the moment your faith turned into knowing. That's transformation. He's realizing that silence doesn't erase love, it amplifies it. The universe is showing him that this connection isn't ordinary. It's sacred, rare, and written across lifetimes. That's why no distraction satisfies him anymore. You might not see results yet, but energy doesn't lie. The air feels different, lighter, closer. The silence that once hurt now hums with purpose. It's the stillness before movement, the calm before breakthrough. He's awakening to the truth that love this divine cannot be escaped. He tried, but the universe keeps redirecting him. Every road leads back to the energy that mirrors his soul. This silence is alchemy. It's the divine fire turning shadow into strength, confusion into clarity. You're both being purified in the same sacred flame. The longer the silence lasts, the deeper the transformation runs. Trust this stillness. It's not the absence of union, it's the birth of it. The universe is weaving invisible threads between your hearts. The silence isn't the end. It's the beginning of everything you've been waiting for. And as the energy shifts, you'll feel it, the quiet excitement of alignment, the whisper that says, "It's almost time." 'Cause it is. The final test before union is not about waiting, it's about becoming. And you, beloved, are already there. If you're still here, it's because something inside you knows this silence has a purpose. That's divine reciprocity. You're not just listening, you're exchanging energy with the universe right now. Every moment you spend opening your heart to this message sends light back into your connection. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is accidental. The final test before union is unfolding in ways you can't see yet. What feels like distance is really refinement. The universe is aligning both souls to meet not as they were, but as who they are becoming. Transformation always begins in stillness. That's why silence feels so intense right before the breakthrough. He feels it too. The weight of emotions, the awareness of your absence, the magnetic pull he can't explain. It's growing stronger. This silence is forcing him to face the truth that no matter how far he goes, the bond between you only deepens. And you, divine feminine, are being asked to hold space. To become the calm in the storm. To choose peace instead of panic. Because your energy is the compass that will lead this connection back home. The universe is using you as the anchor of transformation. The pain you felt isn't punishment. It's initiation. Each wave of emotion is cleansing something old, something that no longer belongs in your story. You're being purified so that love can flow freely again, untouched by fear or doubt. He's in his own inner war right now, between what his mind fears and what his soul knows. Silence is his battlefield. Every thought of you breaks another wall he built around his heart. The universe is making sure his awakening happens from within, not from pressure, but from truth. You've noticed how your intuition feels sharper lately. How songs, dreams, and random signs seem to speak directly to you. That's the universe responding to your vibration. When you choose faith, you create pathways for light to reach both souls. This silence is sacred. It's not a gap. It's a gestation period. The union you're waiting for is being built in unseen realms, formed by every surrender, every tear, every act of trust you've made. The more you let go, the faster it aligns. He's beginning to see that silence doesn't mean forgetting. It means remembering differently. The absence of contact amplifies what's eternal. The more he tries to move forward, the more your energy echoes inside him. The universe is refining him the same way it refined you, through solitude. His silence is the soil where accountability, maturity, and courage are growing. Don't doubt his journey. It's just not visible yet. The final test before union always comes disguised as separation. But separation is only a story the mind tells. The souls were never apart, they've been communicating through energy all along. That's why you still feel him. The silence teaches patience. It reshapes attachment into unconditional love. It invites you to trust the unseen, to find comfort in your own light. Because when you embody peace, you become the vibration of reunion itself. He's learning through contrast. Where once there was noise, he now hears truth. Where once there was avoidance, he now feels longing. The silence is his mirror, and in that reflection, he's finding the courage to heal. You might feel his energy at random, sudden warmth, a chill across your skin, a rush of emotion that appears out of nowhere. That's not imagination. That's resonance. It's proof that connection exists beyond words. Every time you choose to send love instead of fear, it reaches him. Energy doesn't need permission to travel. It only needs intention. The universe amplifies what's pure, and your heart is radiating strength it never had before. This silence is polishing your soul. It's erasing karmic dust, rewriting old blueprints. You're being prepared not for the love you once had, but for the divine version of it, mature, sacred, eternal. He's beginning to dream again, dreams that carry your face, your voice, your essence. He may not admit it, but the universe is speaking to him in the language of memory. Every dream brings him closer to awareness. The deeper the silence, the greater the shift. Transformation doesn't happen in chaos. It happens in stillness. The universe needed you both to stop speaking so it could finally be heard. Right now, the energies are balancing. Divine masculine and divine feminine are learning harmony. This silence is recalibrating your connection to the frequency of unconditional love, the vibration that births reunion. He's not avoiding you anymore. He's avoiding the truth that he can't resist you. That's why the silence feels so loud. It's his heart calling out beneath the surface, preparing for surrender. You're not waiting, you're ascending. Every day you choose peace, you move the energy closer to manifestation. The more you release, the more magnetic you become. That's the secret the universe hides inside silence. He's starting to see the difference between missing you and needing you. What he feels now goes beyond emotion, it's soul recognition. He's realizing that what connects you isn't desire, but destiny. This final test before union feels endless because it's timeless. It's teaching you to love without measuring distance or time. The more timeless your love becomes, the faster time itself aligns for you. You might find yourself drawn to meditation, quiet nights, or solitude. That's not loneliness, that's integration. The silence is calling you back to your divine essence. You're being reminded that reunion starts within. He's awakening too in waves. Sometimes he resists, sometimes he surrenders. But the current of transformation is too strong now. The universe won't let him go back to who he was. Your soul already knows how this ends in balance, in peace, in divine timing. This silence is just the in-breath before the exhale, the stillness before the symphony. Nothing is lost. Everything is transforming. He's realizing that love like this doesn't disappear. It evolves. It becomes quieter, deeper, eternal. The universe is teaching both of you to build love on foundation, not fear. The silence is not the absence of communication, it's the language of the divine. Every heartbeat, every intuitive nudge, every synchronicity is the universe speaking on behalf of your union. And though the words haven't been spoken yet, both souls already understand. Silence was never the end. It was the most sacred beginning of all. The cocoon where transformation turns love into destiny. Take a deep breath right now. Inhale the light, exhale the weight of the past. Feel your heart softening. You were meant to hear this message right here, right now. Nothing happens by chance, your soul was guided here. And if these words touched something within you, it's because your higher self is ready to awaken even more deeply. Before you go, I want to invite you to pause for a moment of gratitude. Close your eyes and place your hand over your heart. Whisper quietly. I am transforming through silence. I am ready for union. I am love itself. Let this vibration expand through your entire being. If this message brought peace or clarity to your spirit, please give this video a like. It helps YouTube understand that this content carries meaning, that it touches souls like yours. Every like becomes an act of light sent back to the universe, a way of saying, I receive this healing and I share it forward. Write in the comments the phrase twin flames infinite love. That's how we confirm energetic connection between souls in this community. When you write it, you're not just commenting, you're anchoring light. You're saying to the universe, I'm ready to align with my divine path. And if you haven't yet, join our sacred space by subscribing and activating the bell of notifications. This way, every time a new message arrives, You'll feel it like a call, a whisper from your guides, reminding you that you're never alone on this journey. Remember, each video here carries energy designed to awaken your remembrance, to calm your heart, and to prepare you for the sacred union your soul already knows is coming. When you return, you'll always find new light waiting for you. New confirmations, new peace, new signs that you are on the right path. Let's take one more deep breath together. Inhale peace. Exhale everything that no longer belongs. Feel your soul expanding into divine alignment. May the light of transformation continue to surround you. May your heart stay open to the lessons of silence. And may divine timing reveal what has always been yours. You are loved. You are guided. You are transforming. And remember, these messages will always find you when your heart is ready to receive them. Twin flames, infinite love.